Alright, how's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew. I'm here for the finals, actually, the very last of the IPA, International Pokemon Association playoffs that we've been doing. So I made it all the way to finals. So this game right here is the make it or break it moment, I suppose you would say. So between me and Trip, one of us is going to lose, one of us is going to win, and one of us is going to become champion, and the other one of us is going to be a fucking loser. No, I'm joking. The other person is going to be second place, which is actually still pretty good overall. So yeah, we're both really excited for this. A few disclaimers, not really disclaimers, but a few excuses, not really excuses. Few things to say about this game is the entire playoffs actually was, so not just for this game, but for my game with Brett and Alex as well. But the entire playoffs were right through my final exams time. So I really didn't have very much time to prep for this. Like, the amount of my prep was like what I had kind of planned before exams started, because I had a little bit of what I had planned for Trip, because I kind of expected Trip to be my opponent if we both made it to finals. If I made it to finals, I kind of expected Trip to make it there. Not anything against the other people, just I guess looking at Trip's record and just how he preps and stuff, and a few other things, and team matchup, I guess. I really thought Trip was going to be the most likely of my opponents. Josh and Michael, of course, are great players, so obviously not saying anything against them. But enough of that. So for that reason, I kind of had a little bit of prep for Trip before my exam week. Not week, my exam, pretty much like month really before my exam started. I had a pretty good amount of prep going for it. So I just kind of touched it up on the day. I kind of touched up a decent amount on the day, and then I made a bunch of changes right before. But I guess I'll go over it really quickly. So I believe this is the one. Yeah, okay. This is my original. Not like, this is like the team that I made. It was kind of the original team. I made this team, and then like from my prep before, and then on the day of, I did a little bit of prep as well. So this was the team that I had made ready right before. So it's sub-disabled Ganger, which actually does really good against this team. Well, I guess I should go over what I think he's bringing. That might help. I kind of see a Greninja coming. Life Orb could be a thing. He's wrecked Scarf a bunch of times. Expert Belt potentially as well. With Water Move, he could bring Scald to get those free ass burns. I can see Gunk Shot. If he brings Gunk Shot, I mean, I could even see a fully physically offensive, but like, I don't know, something like this. Ice Beam could be on here anyways, but I kind of see something like this as his set. It could, like I said, be fully physically offensive as well, and it has to be Torrent, like I said before. That's why it's not a just miss on the Pro Dream. Right here is the Talonflame set I thought he'd bring. I thought he'd bring a Spidef Talonflame set with, I guess, a bit more customized EVs than I have right here. Something like this. Roost, Taunt, Brave Bird, Will-O-Wisp, and one of these I really expected him to switch out for Bulk Up, but I really didn't know which one, so I just kind of put a 5 move slot thing here that I tried to prep for. Exact same thing with Gliscor as well. Kind of a 5 move slot syndrome right here. I wasn't entirely sure. So Taunt was the move I was the most sure he'd bring on his Gliscor, and I guess Brave Bird was the move that I was most sure he'd bring on this, but Taunt, and then Knockoff, obviously for Gengar. This was like the second most sure of move that I thought he'd bring. Earthquake after that, and then Roost, and then Toxic. So Toxic I could see switch out with anything. I could see Toxic switched out over Earthquake. Although he's walled by Gengar, so well, I mean, like, if he has EQ, then I guess it makes sense. And then just Roost is the last thing. I think this speed right here is enough speed to outspeed. He might even do it up to, okay, Cobalion, no speed investment. Cobalion hits 252 speed, so if he wants to speed creep my Mew speed creeping for a Cobalion, he might run something like this. But I'm pretty sure I ran a decent amount of speed on my Mew, enough to outspeed this kind of Gliscor. I don't remember how much I ran, but I think in the game I did, so yeah, that's the thing. I really wasn't entirely sure. I mean, I knew he was going to run specially offensive Altaria, because, I mean, I've got Bronzong and a few other things. So Hyper Voice, Fire Blast, Roost most likely, and I really didn't know what his last moves would be, so I just kind of put Heal Bell just for lack of anything else. I could have seen EQ without attack investment. I could see agility. I wasn't really entirely sure what else. Maybe like Dragon Pulse. I don't know for like Gengar. I really don't know. I wasn't entirely sure what his moves were. I actually still don't know what his moves were. I know. I mean, I got the. I'm pretty sure I got some of it right, anyways. But so yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. I kind of expected. I wasn't entirely sure whether he'd be offensive or defensive, like a Spidef for like Gengar. But like I kind of expected a Roserade. Spikes was definitely the reason he'd bring Roserade, and then dual stabs. What I could see, extra sensory for Gengar, and I could see. Well, I mean, like it's really hard for him to get moves onto here. But like Synthesis would probably want to be somewhere, but like he'd kind of be walled by a lot of stuff. So like it's really hard for him to switch to fit any moves onto his Roserade. The last thing is Avalugg, because for some reason he loves running this thing. So Avalanche Crunch so that he doesn't get spin blocked by Gengar. It also hits Bronzong as well, I suppose, and then Recover Rapid Spin. So for some reason he likes running this thing. So I actually honestly thought he would bring it this game as well, just because I don't know. I thought like he has a Talonflame, so like, and he's even got the Altaria as a rock weakness as well. So I thought like he'd most likely want to be bringing hazard removal, but going over my team, as I said right here, we've got a sub-disabled Gengar with enough speed to outspeed some things. God, I don't remember what. I think it's Max Timid Roserade, something like that, because I wasn't really that afraid of Cobalion. Like, if he brought Cobalion, then I didn't really think, like, if he wasn't Scarf, then he'd be running. He probably wouldn't be running Max anyways, or I don't know. I wasn't really too frightened about that anyway. So sub-disabled Gengar actually walls the majority of his team, which is actually really really cool. Plus he brought a bunch of choice lock things, so it kind of walls it anyways. Life Orb Torn does really really well against his team. His switch-ins to Gengar and Tornadus are like sacking Pokemon or dodging Hurricane or something like that. So yeah, Life Orb Torrent is really really good against his team, as is Gengar. So both of these things do really really well. I brought a leftovers kind of mixed defenses Mew with a decent amount of speed. Yeah, 255 is what I ran on Mew, so enough speed to outspeed. A pretty decent amount of speed actually to outspeed some things in his team, most specifically the Gliscor. Taunt Psychic does a good amount against his team anyways. The only thing that like it doesn't do is do anything against Greninja, but like it 1v1s a lot of his bulky things anyways. Like it can 1v1 Gliscor, I believe. It can 1v1 just things in general because like yeah, basically that. The next set is like a really fun set that I wanted to bring, and it actually does a lot. This set actually 1v1's Gliscor and a few other things I think. Yeah, this set actually 1v1's Gliscor, like even EQ Gliscor. So it also 1v1's like Miltank and like basically every defensive thing on his team at 1v1's, which is really cool. So it's a Whirlpool Soak Toxic Thunderbolt lantern set. I named it this because it's a shout out to my boy Verlisify, hoping he sees the set, realizes it's an OP set, and we can use this set together one of these days. So it's a pretty fun set. I thought it was a pretty cool set, and it was a very interesting set that would have been pretty specific. The next set I used was like I wanted to lead off against Miltank and block it as it went, as he expects us to trade rocks and then get rocks up and then toxic it and then like outstall it. It also like outstalls like some Altaria. Heat proof Rocky Helmet, so I like pseudo spin block against his Avalugg. It was a pretty fun set. I don't think I ever would have actually brought this set though. I think I put this in and then like yeah, there's no way I would have actually ever brought this set. Well oh my god, I'm not even running Gyro Ball again. Yeah, there's no way I would have actually brought this set. So I mean, it's probably not even like I put it in, but like I highly doubt I would have ended up bringing it. And then the last set is just especially defensive for Greninja, Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, Dazzling Gleam. However, right before the match, I'm gonna blame this on Michael, but or I think it's Michael or Zezus, I think one of the two of them. I played with them, and like whoever I played against went for Earthquake with their Altaria on my Bronzong. Like he didn't even take a second to think. He just he just clicked that earthquake, and I'm like, huh? No, no, there's no fucking way. Trip's clicking EQ on the Bronzong, and he's like, yo, bro, don't, yo, bro, you gotta, it's gonna be that heat proof. I mean, I sent him my team before. I'm like, yo, look this over, and then we were in the battle. So I'm pretty sure he just saw it, but or he's just a god. But for that reason, he psyched me out. So I actually changed a million things on my team, and like almost every one of them was a bad change. I feel really bad for it, and I probably would have done a lot better if I didn't change them. But interestingly enough, the exact same thing happened to Trip. He changed a bunch of things, and he ended up doing not as, I guess, or at least I think, from what I remember talking to him. But I'm pretty sure he changed a bunch of things right before, and they ended up being not good changes in his eyes as well. So I guess kind of an even playing field right there. But I changed it to Life Orb Gengar. I added Taunt on, and I had these two stab moves, and then I was running out of time, so I didn't know what else to put as the last move. So I just stopped like Pain Split on there. I'm like, yo, let me beat this stall 1v1. Am I right? I just kind of slapped that on there. I think I kept Torn the same. I added Ice Beam over the other move, and I switched just to Psy Shock, and I added Safety Goggles. So this was a really bad switch. The Safety Goggles was a bad switch. The Psy Shock was a bad switch. Although Ice Beam was probably not a bad switch, so that was I guess that worked out in the end anyways. I changed this to like some standard dog shit lantern set, and actually my like dank as fuck lantern set would have done so well the game if I brought it. So really sad that I didn't bring that, because that soak whirlpool lantern would have actually done so much work that game. So I'm actually so sad I didn't bring it. Switch this to like a relatively standard set as well. Heavy Slam does more to Altaria anyways, and HP Ice for the Gliscor, and yeah, that's basically it. And then because I have Heal Bell here, I switched this to Knockoff. So yeah, that's basically it. I think I'll stop and go get the actual battle now.